Today, we're going to be talking about who trespassed on you yesterday and how you feel about it, and balance is coming back. We're going to be dealing with stress and anxiety and how to get that stress and anxiety out of your body. Today's going to be really powerful, starting with Gravity Collective. We're going to have a super powerful day. So put in where you're from and put down how you're feeling today. Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling stressed? Yeah, sorry about the false starts here. And I need you to give me a bunch of likes down here. I need you to put some comments in here. I accidentally shut Denise off, and it just took her group of people and reset them. Hey, Neelam, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, if you guys can put in where you're from. Hello from the Netherlands. Hello. Yes. What a weird morning. Okay, I need a bunch of likes down here if you guys can do that. We messed up the algorithm here this morning. I took over Denise's live a couple times by accident. Yes, it's Evolved Me. Send us a DM with that. We'll send you out some stuff. Okay, here we go. We're back on track. We're bringing up Gravity Collective, breathwork. We're going to be dealing with stress and anxiety. Hey, how you doing? So, I think what I did was I went into Denise's class and I cut it off live.
I saw it going on. I didn't see you cut it off though. So.
Well, yeah, because what happened was she probably only had like 80 or 90 people in there, and so the same people are coming back. They didn't refresh the schedule, and I'm like, what's going on with my live? How come there's no?
Gotcha. Okay.
How's it going today?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a solid day. It's a little busy, but we're making it happen. So appreciate you coming on a little early with me and letting me do this. But
yeah, absolutely. No, this is my favorite part. I actually are waiting normally every Thursday for that first 30 minutes to warm myself up. So you had a great post about repetitive stress and anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anybody in the comments, if you're dealing with stress or anxiety, if you're feeling anxious or however you're feeling, can you please put it in the comments now?
Yeah. The other question on that to add to it is like, what mechanisms have you used to kind of help with it, and also like, are you kind of like tired of it? Are you hopeless? That kind of stuff. That's feelings that I've had that have got to this point, which was why I teach this, is because I want other people that felt like I did to be able to control it, fully control those feelings, those out of control, out of the blue, anxiety, stress overload and that kind of stuff.
And you can see people are saying stress and anxiety today. Definitely stress and anxiety is situational. I've been self-regulating but feeling very weepy. Grand Rising, Ruby Jean. Yes, lots of stress and anxiety. So we got stress and anxiety. I mean, I've been feeling off, but my off is just like no energy. And look at ADHD, anxiety, psychosis, stress, anxiety, physically.
It's an epidemic, man. It's everybody. It's so many people have it. Especially now that we understand a little bit more. It's kind of how it goes. We understand more, and then we can start to diagnose a little bit better. But
so tell me before we start here, how did this how long were you dealing with these anxiety spikes?
So when I started realizing what it was when I was probably 7 or 8, totally out of control, just like constant panic attacks and anxiety, where I didn't know what it was then. I just was, and I noticed things that I would start doing to naturally cope with it, and things like I would repeat sayings in my head, like was basically mantras, which would help me kind of like downregulate and calm. I just did that as a kid naturally, but still not knowing why I felt this way. I just felt that was normal to be afraid, to live in those kind of live in the constant fear, constant worry, waiting for the next shoe to drop, that kind of thing. Always on edge. And I've worked through it and understand where it came from. But still, as I got older, I would go through phases of that. And I thought, okay, this is just seasonal stuff. This is normal. But it's not normal to feel like that. It's not normal to have chronic anxiety or out of the blue panic attacks, and there's no reason we can't control it. Since I've gone this journey specifically with the breath, I've been able to like totally regulate it. I don't eliminate anxiety again, because anxiety is an essential piece of our being. It's just when it's out of control, when it's chronic, when it comes on out of the blue, that's when it's not something we want, you know. So that's what I try to teach is how to be able to, like, oh, I feel that coming on. I can just go tap into this tool and downregulate and come right back into state.
So, do you ever choose to sit in the emotion out of curiosity?
Yes, yeah, that is. I mean, that is one of the tools. Yeah, to understand. Sometimes you know when it's not handy, but that is part of it. It's just like to be aware and to tap into the physical and to understand. You know, sometimes it's hard to figure out where did that come from, because out of the blue panic attacks are something that people don't understand. But we physiologically, they've proven that people with out of the blue panic attacks show signs of that coming an hour before, physiologically, like in their body, heart rate, breath rate, those things change an hour before that panic attack hits. So if we can start to regulate our breath and our heart and our bodies and start to be a little bit more in touch, then that's how we kind of prevent that from coming on out of the blue.
Right. And that's, I mean, sitting in the emotion is great, but sitting in the panic isn't. So like the body gets to panic, it's bring down the panic,
Exactly.
and then to the point where I can regulate the emotion, because otherwise I just don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to be able to, you got to have that clear head and that state that you are not in fight or flight, so that you can sit with the emotion. You know.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
So it's specifically to one of the many tools. So I talked about on that reel that I posted yesterday about the tools that kind of got me there. But I have many tools, and the one we're going to use today is you're familiar, I'm sure, with polyvagal theory and shaking, and how in nature how shaking is a way for us to downregulate after an extreme event. Now, shaking with shaking like in the subconscious from an event like that is not something pleasant. It's not something we want to experience. But doing it intentionally can have really amazing effects on downregulation. And I call this bounce breath, bouncing breath, where we are kind of shaking. And I'll back up here a little bit to show you a little bit more. So you can't see my feet, but all I'm going to do is kind of lift up on my toes and then drop the heels. And it's great because, like, our connective tissue, our fascia, we have that moment of compression, and then we have that moment of release. So we have that bounce. And
it's actually a pump for the circulatory
exactly.
system. The calves pump the heart.
And the lymphs as well. You know, get some lymph fluid moving through there too. It's an awesome movement for that. But when what I do with the breath now is similar to like a fire breath, but with the mouth. We're gonna do, and we're gonna do rounds of this today. When you do it, it's a standing breath practice. So be very aware of like how dizzy you get from it. You should be okay within the amount of time we're gonna do, but just be aware, because standing you fall. It's not good for your face. So
done that before.
it's not good, not good. So when we do this, we go up, arms are kind of hanging, jaw is relaxed, and the breath sounds like this. The focus is on the exhale, not on the inhale. You're just gonna let it do its thing. You're gonna go up. Okay. So that's the breath, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do rounds of that, and then we're gonna come back to normal breathing. When you look at the body you can close your eyes and do it. You can move, sway the body. The arms are limp, and they're just kind of going with it. And we're gonna do this for 2 minutes. So it looks like this. That's all there is to it. And I want you to notice right now how you're feeling, especially the ones that said, I have anxiety, I'm stressed, all that kind of stuff. Tap into right now how that feels, how you're feeling. And then I want you to go through this, and I want you to notice each round the change that you feel. Okay? You're going to feel a lot of vibration, a lot of energy built. It's an amazing one to start the morning with, too. All right. So loosen up, jaw relaxed, face relaxed, eyes relaxed, neck relaxed. And now, only thing that's moving is those calves to draw and drive the breath. Okay? Here we go. Feel that repercussion as it hits the ground, and then feel that release is come back up. We're just bouncing. You can bounce harder. softer. You can kind of sway a little bit. You can kind of feel differences. Don't focus on the inhale, just the exhale. The inhale will do its own thing. Let that jaw. One minute left. Feel that. Feel it just kind of the shoulders relaxing. Calves are kind of a little bit pumped here. And keep going with it. 20 seconds left. Close the eyes. 10. Deep breath in. Keep the eyes closed through the nose. Fill it up. Hold it for a second. Release. Come back to normal breathing. And
Yeah, I
now
feel very
assess.
dizzy.
You feeling a little dizzy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So just be aware of it. If you feel dizzy in this position, hands on knees, and then keep breathing. Just
Oh,
keep breathing.
not that dizzy.
Not that dizzy, yeah. But for everybody else, and anybody that kind of, this is the time to kind of keep breathing into the nose, out the mouth, and I want you to assess how your body feels. See if you can just close the eyes and feel that flow, that pump. You know, we did pump, like Gary said, we're pumping,
I feel
releasing,
floatier.
floaty for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel I feel like less connected to the bones. I feel more floaty in my fascia, kind of like I'd done like some fascial maneuvers.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's do another round.
Okay.
Okay. And now we're going to pick it up a little bit in speed. Again, if you felt dizzy on that one, don't go faster. Maybe go slower. If you are feeling good,
I want to be down there on my hands and my knees.
Yeah. I was talking about everybody else, not
Okay.
not the Garys of the community.
Yeah. It's like just like having the ghost peppers. It's like
Yeah. I know you like to get after it though. So all right, so let's do it. We'll go a little quicker. So again, it's like a slight hyperventilation. So just be aware of how you feel. Okay. Be safe. And here we go. Imagine that hit, and that's forcing the air out. Feel free to add the arms in a little bit more. Make it almost dancey. There you go. Freestyle this one a little bit. This is your chance to kind of play with it a little bit. Maybe add a couple more bounces in, but the breath stays the same rate. Minute left here. Try staggering your stance if you want. We'll do 30 seconds, one stagger, and then switch sides. More power out of the legs, a little more bouncy. Switch a stagger, go to the other side. Now back and forth on the feet if you can. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in. Hands on the knees if you need. Feel that vibration in the body right now. It's extreme for me right now. Exhale.
Oh, yeah.
Keep breathing.
That feels good.
Yeah, really good, man. Super, super vibrational and energetic. Lovely way to start the morning. So get outside if you can. Get in the grass. Get on the earth. Get some sun in the eyes. It's perfect time to do that kind of stuff. Fascial maneuvers.
I feel it everywhere. Yeah, I feel the face starting to pump up. Stomach, meridian through here.
Yeah, I feel it all through. Like the more you can relax the face, the fascia.
Yeah.
And just let it kind of do its thing. It's a beautiful reset. Okay. I'm going to do one more thing. So that was kind of like the intense version of that. I was going to finish with a little calmer breath, okay?
Okay.
So if you want to have a seat. So this will just kind of bring us back into it. So I like to just go fingers interlaced, kind of like we're doing anti-gravity seated, and kind of the same position. As we inhale, we look up and we pull the fascia up. And this is just one of my favorite maneuvers that I kind of played with a little bit. So inhale up, pulling the fascia up. Hold it. Keeping pulling on the fascia. Keep the breath in. Exhale slow and rounding forward. When I'm down, I like to kind of get those twists in there, just like a seated anti-gravity. And holding that exhale out. Keep the breath held on suspension and just play with the movement here. Go as long as you can or until I tell you to. Big inhale up, go back into the same position. Pulling up. Holding the breath. Another sip in. Exhale, release, round. Still pulling on that fascia and rotating as you feel it. Keeping that breath out, held. A little longer. Right up the center. Deep breath in. Arms back down. Exhale.
Oh, that one actually challenged me.
Did it?
Yeah.
The holds, or what part?
On the exhale, I was really, I was starting to like crave, like have a oxygen craving, like a insatiable one.
Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, how was your what's different today?
I don't know. that was it was unusual. I think it's just a different part because I'm sitting now, and I haven't done this in a while sitting, so I'm getting a part of the tissue that I haven't gotten before.
Yeah.
Because if I'm opening up a piece of tissue in the back, fascia in the back, and I haven't gotten it before, all the oxygen is going to go to that tissue, and it's going to take it from the lung.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good though.
Yeah, man. How to keep this feeling the rest of the day. This is a great way. If you start your day with this kind of stuff, it'll help prolong it. But you can do this as many times during the day. This is like for people who work an office job. If you can get outside and do this for 5 minutes, you will energize pretty much the rest of your day. I mean, you don't have to be in an office job either. You can do any job, but like I do it. So, yep, yawning is always a common thing in breath work. It's that nervous system down regulating. How you feeling good? You feeling still dizzy at all? You still feeling all right?
I'm feeling a little bit high, like concentration kind of high, like I smoked a joint.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's look at some of these questions here. Exhale is tough. Yeah. Yep. Exhales are tough. That's a tough one to do, especially after. It's hard to do the breath holds after doing the bounces because there is a pretty good of energy moving when you do that. It's supposed to come down hard. You come down as hard as you can tolerate on the heels, and you can play with that. It doesn't have to be super hard. Whatever you feel comfortable with, but the bounce is the main thing. That little compression though is a nice little. That's the point of it. Is there is a little compression at the bottom, forces the breath out, and it causes that reaction throughout the system. And then Garry, I want to kind of talk to you. I guess I want to talk to you about doing some like one-on-one stuff too, and doing a little experiment together.
Sure.
So we can maybe have a cool little program or something. Yeah, it'd be fun.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah. So
I'm always
open
for breath work because you know what, I'm more likely to do fascial maneuvers is the only thing I've ever done consistently for myself regardless. And I'm more open to do breath work when I'm doing it with somebody.
Yeah, for sure. It took me, so I have a story that I tell everybody. I'm like, I was a breathwork instructor for 2 years and didn't do breathwork while I was teaching. And I couldn't get myself to do it. So I have some methods for the struggle with that, and from my own experience. And now it's just like, it is my practice, multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And the
For me,
bounces.
I think it's like a lot of things. If I do it on a more regular, more frequent basis, like 5 days a week or 7 days a week for a month, 28 days straight, then it becomes a part of me. And I know that's my programming.
Yeah. I'd love to help with that and experiment with it and see what we can do together. It'd be fun. I've been thinking about it, so I wanted to offer that to you. But yeah, the bounces, you can just do the bounces. For the people that missed it, when you hit the ground, is an exhale. Okay, but the whole point is you can do it with just bouncing without the breath. The breath is, like I always say, is you add it to anything and it is like it harnesses more strength. It goes deeper. So I would highly recommend adding the breath to it. But yeah, bounce from toes to heel, like you're just bouncing on your toes. And again, you could do this seated.
Oh, seated too. Yeah. Oh, seated. I'm going to use that seated.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I'm seated and I can move, but I don't want to get up.
Yeah.
Because I'm on a call or something like that. I have no problem bouncing around on a call.
Yeah.
On our calls, it's like people are doing fascial maneuvers, working on their head. Yeah, because it's like, we're taught to sit at attention, right?
I know.
That's at tension.
Yeah. Yep. It's definitely we are taught a lot of things to not do. So, but that's where we diagnose people with ADHD because they are being human beings.
Well, that's the problem that we have with the kids.
Yeah, exactly. They're being kids. They're
boys,
being active.
We're diagnosing and down regulating boys, and that's part of the reason why boys aren't becoming men.
Yeah, they have one of the worst completion rates in school compared to women and stuff like that too. So we're different. So a lot of questions on people that missed it. We're gonna post this back up. So you can just go and check it out at your own time. Yep. Okay. So then we talk about with the upcoming. We were supposed to do that 4-part series, but we're gonna push it back a little bit.
Push it till the new year. But we're gonna do one. You're gonna do a 1-part series, right?
Yeah. We're gonna do a one-off breath, mindset, and movement, and a little bit of science session. So it'll be about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it'll be a really cool little course that we'll run through here. It'll be me and my partner Steve will be heading that. My Origins retreat partner.
So so one of the things is if you're actually like doing a totally twisted, and then use pumping with the one leg. I can feel it going right in my head right away.
Yeah, that would be an awesome, especially seated.
Yeah, well,
doing the
seated totally twisted is powerful.
I love it. Yeah, I actually do that a lot. So it's probably my most common like seated maneuver.
It is. I do seated maneuvers quite a bit.
And then you could add that bounce to it. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yep. This is the fun stuff, is being able to play with multiple modalities and tools, and apply them to being a human being in a modern world,
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of energy right in my heart area.
Yeah. I can feel that too.
Yeah, more than normal. What else is going on there for questions?
I'm just checking them. Like Qigong, yeah. There's some aspects of that in there. I'm not really super versed with Qigong, but I've done some of it.
I mean, that's a good question. There's all kinds of different breathing techniques. I think The challenge is that the practice, each one of the practices has some stuff that are really good for me and some stuff that just doesn't work. But because it's part of a discipline or practice, people, I notice, want to do every part of it, even the parts that don't work. Exactly. And I'm like, what I love about your stuff is that you have taken a lot of different disciplines or a lot of different practices and you put them together. And that's, I mean, literally that's what fascial maneuvers was. It was taking a lot of different ideas, not one of them in its entirety, and saying, well, if I do this, what does this what does this do to my body? If I breathe this way, what does it do?
That's the benefit of creativity is not just like, you said, taking a modality and that is your now, like when someone says breath work, a breath instructor will say holotropic is the only breath work. That is breath work. Or it's Buteyko, or it's rebirthing. It's like it's all within that big scope, and we should be able to take the pieces that work for each person and program it into them based on what they need. And that's not what happens most of the time.
Someone was asking about sitting in an office chair. Also, guys, if you go to our YouTube, you have seated fascial maneuvers. That's one of the ways that you can do that.
Yeah. That's, I mean, like.
Somebody asked, do you suggest stretching before a bounce exercise, especially for somebody in a PT stage with their lower body? What's a PT stage?
Physical therapy?
Yeah.
What I would know it as. But I mean, it's kind of, you have to be your discretion. I mean, if you need to stretch, I think it's, I mean, if you're normal functioning, bouncing is kind of like a pretty functional, straightforward movement. But if you have, issues with plantar fasciitis or from Achilles strain or something like that, or calf injury or whatever, you have to play that with your own discretion. I would stretch if you have calf issues or whatever, or do it seated.
So somebody said they felt their vertebrae really heavy against the L5, the lower one.
Yeah. I mean, is that an area that you feel? Do you feel that normally? Is there, what's going on?
Usually what I would do is tell them to do a jaw release, because it'll create more space between C1, C2. That means it automatically creates more space between L5 and L4.
Yeah. And I mean, bouncing when it comes to the spine, especially when you land on those heels, first of all, is going to give you feedback to where those areas of tension that you have in the body, which could just give you some identification of where to kind of do some more of the work. And then also, it shows you what what you're facing every day at a micro level, where you're walking, wherever you're walking, sitting, that kind of thing.
Okay, this looks good. I know you got to get out here a little bit early today, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But
let's end that here today. That's a really good session. We've got some good questions answered. I'm going to actually start using that. I'm going to try that this week. Every time I'm seated, cool. I'm going to, because I sit in meetings sometimes for hours. The way the current setup is, I'm either I like the stand or I like the squat. I'm in between standing and squatting right now. So I've been sitting just to see how my body responds. I'm going to try that while I'm sitting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. Like we went through sitting is the devil, and then everybody went to standing full time, and standing is not totally ideal either for long periods of time. So we got to have that blend of sitting, standing, kneeling, squatting, whatever,
Yeah,
more positions the better.
Like when I work on my computer, I go to a coffee table and I work like this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And when I eat like this quite often too. If I'm alone, I'll eat like this.
That's cool. Yeah, I do that. I do kneeling at a desk, different positions. Yeah, the more positions you can do, the more variance you can get with movement. That's the key. The overload, that's the problem. So.
Okay, Ryan, awesome.
Thanks, Garry.
So we'll get the date up for the one-off course.
We'll figure that out today.
For breathing mindset.
Yeah, and I'll message you about the other part too. So
okay,
get
awesome.
that going too. Cool, man.
Okay,
have a great day.
Take care. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Okay, I feel way better. I was feeling it this morning. I was dragging my ass around because also we have because we don't switch time, so my time got an hour later. So we're going to be moving the time for the lives up 1 hour, possibly 2, but 1 hour for sure. So because I never really thought about it, but as we came down here, I was doing it at 10 o'clock. Now all of a sudden it's 11 o'clock for me, which punches a hole in the rest of my day. So we are going to be making that change, and you can start planning on that for next week. And on Monday, we have a surprise coming for you. So Monday is going to be completely different. It's going to be something you've never seen before. Okay, so let's go into questions and see. This is the first time I don't get a million questions. Million requests. Oh, follow Ryan at The Gravity Collective. Go to The Gravity Collective. Drop him a note.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Shira.
Sorry?
Shira.
Hi, Shira. Whereabouts are you located?
Toronto.
Toronto. Oh my
You can see that.
gosh. Yeah, I can see it out there. Sideways though.
Oh, yeah.
How are you enjoying the weather in Toronto?
It's okay. It's a bit chilly today, but I like the fall colors and walking in the leaves and stuff.
Gotta admit,
But
the leaves and the colors are beautiful.
yeah,
But the rest of it I could do without.
exactly. I'm not looking forward to the large piles of snow.
What do you do in Toronto?
I'm not working right now.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome. It's perfect.
Well,
And,
I was in an accident, so just working through that.
when's your birthday?
July 12th.
Oh, July 12th. Do you know if you're a 21 degree or 20 degree?
So I had to put in unknown time because I don't know the time I was born. So it says 20.
20. Okay. Well, that makes you. Are you about being a student and a teacher, or are you more of a caregiver and
Giver.
Yeah. So 20 degrees, right? Yeah. Because if you were a 21 degree, you'd be punching holes through things, saying, "Okay, give me the answer. I've got to get my people." A caregiver is like a little bit softer, a bit more protecting the feelings of yourself and others.
Yeah, but I tend to use this too much and apparently not this.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, I mean, that's a society condition. It's just some of us do a little bit extra. Do you know what your moon and your rising are?
I was just looking at this because Jason just did this live earlier.
Yeah.
And he had this woman on who was a Cancer, and it was fascinating. So I looked it up, and I think my moon is Gemini, and my so I don't know what's the order on the chart. It's
on the very
Cancer.
bottom, on the left-hand side, the very bottom. There's two numbers. One is AC and one is MC.
14. I think it was a 14-degree Leo. Yeah. No, I gave it to Louise. He's saying my moon. I think my moon is 7-degree Gemini, but my I don't remember, and I can't look it up on the phone.
Gemini, yeah, and then okay, I got it.
But I think my rising was
14-degree Leo. Oh, so how did you?
Thanks, Louise.
How did you feel kind of connected yesterday or agitated, like all the way from yesterday to about maybe like 10 minutes ago?
That's interesting. So if I can answer that by taking you back to last week a bit. So Kyla had this class Thursday night with a woman named Andrea that I attended, which was fascinating. And by the way, you should bring up Andrea. She just finished the 28-day reset and do a session with her because it's transformative. She'll blow your mind. So during that class, they were doing this.
This is the community classes that are done by the lifestyle artist.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Those are great. I mean, those are honestly, that's how we built this whole worldwide network. But for us, it's not our best use of our time. Our best use of time is mentoring those people who can do it.
Yeah, but so Kyla did this maneuver, and it was just a modified. I don't know what to call it. So it was like a crossover where you were like doing it slowly and turning, and then let me put I can't do this at the same time. And where you kind of have to turn and then lean back and like get rid of the old energy, like whatever you were feeling. And so then Andrea asked, did anybody feel anything? And I said, yes. I started in that pose to wheeze. I don't have asthma. I don't have any respiratory issues. And I was wheezing like an asthmatic, coughing from my chest like a smoker. I've never touched a cigarette. And I was just like, whew. And I just said to myself, oh, I think I know what that is. It's probably like old grief and stuff. Anyways, then more stuff sort of started. I went to bed and I woke up in the middle of the night again with that deep cough. And I just wrote about it in the app, and then Kyla responded. And then on Friday, I went to the grocery store, and I literally was putting the stuff, you know, I'm dealing with like post-concussion stuff, but so putting the stuff on the conveyor belt, right, to pay, and I literally felt my head like wanting to explode, my body like collapsing, and I had just done that the night before. And then yesterday, Andrea, she was gracious enough to give me some of her time, and we talked about it. And she blew my mind, honestly, because I thought it was all grief sitting here. And she was talking about it's that, like, you know, from different traumas, and how, like, even what I'm feeling now in my head, it's like I lost my inspiration. And that was more like trying to come, like, you got to find your way.
Yeah.
And how I know I protect my heart a lot, and that's why Jason's conversation was like very also eye-opening. And Luis just keeps telling me, you just got to feel. And I'm trying to figure out how do you, I think for me, a lot of this process and doing these maneuvers has been about releasing the past,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, because right now you've perceptually, everybody in the world that's had a perceptual shift forward, but what's in the past is in their bodies, it's stored.
Right. And so I recognize that, and that's why I gravitated toward this, because I always said in my life, there's stuff stored in me. I talked to you briefly once before Luis came out to Vancouver, and you know, like I was born with my legs rotated in, casted. I always felt stuff stored in me, and I would say to doctors like, no, there's something there, and I kind of want to know, I'm trying to figure out, yes, I have to feel more, but I guess instead of having the practice for me, I want to move it forward from thinking about all the stuff that's stored in the past, how to propel it forward. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. So
to open me.
It's pretty, there's two things you can do. I would rotate the upper reset and the lower reset.
Mm-hmm.
The upper reset, do that one day with the barefoot sprinter routine, and the lower reset the next day with the barefoot sprinter routine. You'll get it through your body really fast. You're aware that you're moving through it,
Mm-hmm.
which means that you're ready to let it go, and that means you already have let it go perceptually, intellectually, and now your body is still
in my head. I'm like goodbye, but it's just like still, yeah.
Yeah. So you got to get your hips open, and that's why the lower reset. And if you can, the partner maneuvers. You're in Toronto. Have you been to the?
Yeah, and I've met up with Louise a bunch of times too. So yeah, no, definitely that.
Yeah, you're already in the right space. I think that you probably feel a lot different even by the end of tomorrow. My guess is, and then it's everybody's been coming up against this wall of trying to clear their trauma, clear what's past in their life, right? And we've been getting it in every way: our emotions, our boundaries, the people around us, our job, our perceptions, our beliefs, our fears have been coming up from everybody, right? And then that's constant. So we're at that turning point right now where we've done all the work. Now it's our bodies. But the tricky part about our body is when I release an emotion from my body, the universe brings something to give me a reflection to that emotion. So it's going to feel like people's bodies are having problems or going through issues right now. But what they're doing is they're clearing what was stuck in there.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Just walk through
Let it happen. Yeah.
Just let it happen. I'm gonna ask you. So I have this stuck point down my left calf. So I always felt like a tight ball in the belly of the calf towards the inside, and it doesn't totally release. And then during
fear of opening up your heart to your feminine side, your female side, to your to maybe mother as well, but it's a fear of opening up your heart. So at some point, I would say that that aspect of you, your feminine, emotional side of you, took a shot somewhere in your past.
Probably. I mean, I was conceived with, my mom had an IUD in. I think that definitely,
I mean, there you go, right there. Here, competing for bandwidth inside the uterus. Yeah, the egg was just punching everything out of the way. Like, get out. I'm coming through no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. So you think if I open my heart, that annoyance in my calf might?
Yeah. That's why I said the upper reset and the lower reset, one each day, and the barefoot sprinter routine number 2. They're on our website.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get all this mechanically, but there will be a point where it just opens. And you're going to feel it also in the left part of your chest, shoulder, in this area. Yeah. You're going to feel that open up too.
Tight pec, or the insertion of the pec.
Yeah.
I've always been very tight there.
Yeah. So that's going to open up. That, basically, think of that as a fold that goes all the way down here, comes all the way through here, all the way down here, and then all the way down in the body to the calf. It's like a fold, like the whole fold in your body. It's just kind of crinkled in at the calf, crinkled in at the hamstring, crinkled in at the back, crinkled in at the chest, crinkled in all the way up to the face. So it's like you're this wide, but we need to make it this wide. So we just folded part of the fascia, and everything kind of came together.
Oh, so wow. Okay, that explains.
Notice that your face gets wider, your jaw gets wider. You have a more narrow aspect to your jaw here. That's going to actually widen itself up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been going through a lot of mouth stuff. And I could feel
Welcome
like
to the club.
I feel like I often feel like the tissue, like I could feel it like spiraling.
But it's work, right?
Yeah.
So here's the funny part: is your butthole is the other end of that tube, and it's the same tissue. Yeah. So basically, if you go down your bum and your anus, you'll find usually on the opposite side, you'll find more contraction on that side. So on your right side.
Because I've had terrible TMJ for over 30 years, and I have like a disc issue and everything. And I've just been going.
That all goes away.
I actually feel stuff. I was actually learning from someone about where you place your tongue, and my tongue was like not in the right place, and the tension, like holding it back and all that stuff. So I can feel a lot of stuff like moving in it.
Yeah,
in my mouth.
I literally take my whole mouth like this, and then I take the back of my head, and I go counter, and then I move around, because we're just a big balloon.
So you just close your mouth and breathe through your nose.
Turn that way. Turn your head the opposite on the back, and then do it the opposite way and move around.
So just do both sides. It doesn't matter if one disc is like offset.
You, like everybody else, we're all compressed really, really, really heavily these days. You ever look at those photos of like farmers back like 120 years ago? They're standing like this and everybody's upright. And I used to look at them and say, why are they standing so upright? Why doesn't somebody tell them that they can relax? And I'm like, because that's how they stood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you see an actual photo, there's a video of this sidecar going through Vancouver in 1930. It's through a streetcar, like a train. Okay. And it shows people, and when I saw it, or there's another one of Flatiron, New York, where people walk around. The thing that I noticed what was amazing is every single person had perfect posture.
But
yeah, but when
they were more physical.
What?
They were more physical in their work too. Like if you see a farmer, they were more.
Yeah, and they didn't have chemical
posture, but they were always moving and bending more than we do.
At 90, 100 years old, they're still, climbing up roofs and doing stuff and hauling woods.
Yeah.
Today at like 60-year-old, we can't haul any wood. At 80-year-old, we're in a chair locked up.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So this has been a constant attack on civilization, death by 1,000 cuts, chemicals in your food, chemicals in your clothes, chemicals in the sky, chemicals in your drugs, chemicals, pharmaceuticals. We have social pressures, anxieties, things that we're taught. We're afraid. Putting fear in us all day causes us to contract. Yeah, after generations of causing us to contract, we're bred like dogs. We're getting smaller and smaller and more dysfunctional.
Well, I look forward to expanding this way.
I'm 3 inches taller than I was 4 years ago.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to just continuing the journey and, you know, expanding my heart and figuring out my new direction.
Yeah, you don't have to figure it out. Just take each day, work on your heart, work on opening your heart, ask your heart what it wants. Learn to follow your heart, not your brain. When you're arguing, when you're having these thoughts about all of the stuff that you got to do, that's because your heart's just saying, whoa, wait, hold on there, stop. You got to listen to me.
That's the protective shell.
Yeah.
Which served me very well for many years, but now I guess
it did for me too. It allowed me to get to where I am, which was to power through things.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, things have to change.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of you for what you do, and I'm so grateful that I found you.
Thank you for showing up, and I look forward to seeing what happens over the next little while.
Thank you.
Keep us informed.
Okay, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. That was cool. Chantawenta. I'm in a war zone and a panic attack at the moment. What's a war zone? War zone? Oh, war zone. Oh, I am. Are you in like war zone, like is man? I can't even say it. Are you over there in a war zone? This is for I am. It looks like I am R1. So I'm here. Let's see what we could do. Well, first of all, what's your name?
Kara.
Kara. And when's your birthday, Kara?
October.
October
1610.
Oh, 16th. October 16th. So, you just had it. Oh, you're a master level Libra.
Yeah.
16 plus 8 is 24. You're a grandmaster Libra. I think you're.
Yeah. Thank you for receiving me.
So, can you put the camera up a little bit so I can see your eyes? Yeah. There you go. So
I'm a little bit crying. I don't know. I'm having a hard time. My heart is about to I can't handle all of it. My heart is overflowing. It hurts. It's been too much, you know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, I know. I want to hear. Tell me what's going on.
It's just terrible. The amount of hatred and vengeance and death and insanity. You know, I try to do my best to help everybody, but I can't sustain all the energy of the freaking the fuck out. I can't. I'm trying to protect my field, but by all this sadness got my immune system shattered and everything. I can't sleep. You know, I always work with my body. I do everything. I know how to work with my body, but I find myself just froze. I'm freezing.
Yeah.
I'm not able to help myself.
Doesn't look
no
like
matter how.
Doesn't look like you slept. Doesn't look like you slept either.
I can't sleep. We haven't been sleeping here for a month. It's you know, it's been a war zone since I was born, you know? It's not nothing new. I think I've been here for a while now. Even for centuries. But the point is I just want to run away. I just want to take this burden off of me. I don't understand why I need to like I don't fuck with this type of energy. You know what I mean? I know it sounds imbecile right now. I know it sounds infantile, but I'm just like, I'm really trying to help my heart. You were talking about the heart, and I just joined. So, and you always have such healing powers, you know? I really admire what you do, and I try to learn from you so much all the time. You're like a fountain of knowledge, and I really like appreciate you. And so I just spilled it out.
Let's you want to do some stuff with me?
Yeah, I'll be happy to.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, let's do this. Let's calm you down a little bit first. Put your right hand on your heart, your left one on your head.
Okay.
Okay. Breathe in through your mouth. 2. 3. Thank you, heart, for holding all of this trauma. Repeat after me. Thank you, heart.
Thank you, heart. Can I say it in Hebrew? Is that okay?
Please say it in Hebrew.
Okay. תודה ללב שלי שמחזיק את כל הטראומה הזאת.
Breathe in through your nose. 2. 3. Thank you, brain, for protecting me.
תודה למוח שמגן עליי.
Breathe in through your mouth again. 2. 3. I no longer want to hold trauma for anybody else.
אני לא רוצה להחזיק יותר טראומה בשביל אף אחד אחר.
Breathe in through your nose.
Oh my God, I feel so much better.
2. 3. I'm letting go of the stories that have kept me in this trauma.
אני משחררת מהסיפורים שהשאירו אותי בתוך הטראומה הזאת.
I'm opening up my heart for a new understanding. אני פותחת את הלב להבנות חדשות. I'm learning to love myself again. אני לומדת לאהוב את עצמי מחדש. So I can separate from the trauma around me.
שאני אוכל להפריד מהטראומות מסביבי.
So I can be a beacon for others.
שאני אוכל להיות אור בשביל אחרים.
Breathe in through your mouth. 2. 3. I'm putting a barrier of compassion around me.
אני שמה מחסום של חמלה מסביבי.
So that others can feel my compassion.
שאחרים יוכלו להרגיש את החמלה שלי.
Through your nose. 2. 3. Bringing peace to the people of my region.
להביא שלום לאנשים. I'm going to say all over.
The peace of
בכל מקום.
my heart.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
The peace that I'm feeling in my heart now.
עם השלום שאני מרגישה בלב שלי עכשיו.
Okay. Let that go. Look around. Does the room look any different to you?
Yeah. Everything feels better.
Yeah, your eyes changed too.
Yeah, I can see clearer. The energy lifted. I had a weight when I was holding my hands up. I felt like my arms were collapsing inside my body with pain, and now they feel like they're regaining, they're transmuting energy again instead of collapsing inside of it. Thank you.
Hey, so close your eyes. Let's go through a little visual meditation, okay? I'm going to do this with you. Put your hands on your lap, on your knees. Close your eyes. Imagine red all around your feet and ankles, and that red going down into the ground 6 feet.
Okay.
Just imagine red around your feet and your ankles. Imagine it going down into the ground 6 feet, kind of like an egg shape.
Okay.
Imagine your feet growing into the ground, like trunks of a tree.
Okay.
Okay. Move up to your waist. Imagine orange growing around your waist. It's an orange light. Expand that orange light out to your body. Expand that orange light out all the way through your apartment. And expand it through the entire city.
Okay.
Okay. Go to your solar plexus and imagine a circle of yellow.
Okay.
Say, I'm letting go of all the feelings that don't serve me right now.
אני משחררת מכל הרגשות שלא משרתים אותי.
Expand that yellow to your apartment.
Okay.
Expand it in your mind all the way through the city.
I don't know, I'm shaking. I'm trying to breathe into it and not resist it.
It's okay. You're feeling everybody else right now. I'm using you. We're working together as a conduit to help others.
תודה, everybody.
So imagine green around your heart.
Okay.
And it's a lighter green.
Okay.
Bright green. Push it out to your apartment, circling around your body. Now push it out to the entire city. I'm extending my heart to everyone around me.
אני מרחיבה את הלב לכל הסביבה שלי.
Connecting them because they've become disconnected.
מחברת אותם בגלל שהם נהיו לא מחוברים.
I'm drawing the energy from their hearts.
מושכת את האנרגיה מהלבבות שלהם.
So I can be a beacon of compassion.
שאני אוכל להיות מקור של חמלה.
Now imagine a blue light around your neck.
Okay.
Imagine that blue light around your apartment, filling up your apartment. Bright, bright blue.
Okay.
Imagine pushing it out to the entire region.
Okay.
I'm using my voice to help others.
אני משתמשת בכוח שלי לעזור לאחרים.
Speak from their heart.
לזהור מהלב שלהם.
Speak the truth.
לדבר אמת.
To create a new reality.
וליצור מציאות חדשה.
Imagine purple around your head.
Okay.
Imagine that purple going into your apartment.
Okay.
Imagine it going to the whole region.
Okay.
Pushing out the color purple.
Okay.
Pushing out the color purple so people can develop a new perception.
אני דוחפת את הצבע הסגול בשביל שאנשים יוכלו לפתח תפיסה חדשה.
With a new perception, they can speak their heart.
עם תפיסה חדשה הם יוכלו לדבר את ליבם.
They speak their heart, they can create a new reality.
וכאשר הם ידברו את ליבם הם ייצרו מציאות חדשה.
And establish new roots in the community.
לייצר שורשים חדשים בקהילה.
Imagine a big white light all the way around your body, above, below, right and left.
Okay.
That light's like a sun. It's going to shine out through the apartment to the whole region.
Okay.
I'm bringing light to expose the shadows.
מוציאים אור בשביל לחשוף את הצללים.
I'm bringing light to expose my heart.
אני מביאה אור בשביל לחשוף את הלב שלי.
As I change me, I change the world around me.
איך שאני משנה, בזמן שאני משנה את עצמי, אני משנה את העולם סביבי.
Connecting to my creator.
להתחבר לבורא.
To seek the understanding.
ולמצוא ולחפש את ההבנה.
For what my purpose is here.
של מה שהייעוד שלי פה.
Today.
היום.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, with what we've just done, there's going to be a big change around you.
Okay.
And you're clearing, you are attracting all the energy from everybody else. Look at your face, by the way.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little blurry right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you clearer, but everything is a blur. It's like I'm watching you it's like a type of 3D type of thing. I'm seeing everything vivid, like lucid dreaming.
Yeah, you are. We've entered another state, a state above the root state that you were dealing with.
Yeah.
It's like separating your realities, and as you separate your realities, you stand above everything that's going on around you. There's a reason why you're calling today, and I've been waiting for you or somebody, and I guess it's you.
Thank you so much for being here.
You're
a constant. You're a 9. You're a constant. You're a solid. And like really, in our culture, we kiss the ground of the people we admire. This is,
I kiss the ground that you walk on.
As long as we all kiss the ground, it will be fine instead of shedding blood on it.
You got a little bit more time to go through this, but this is going to end soon.
Okay.
People are scared and disconnected. You've just reconnected.
Yeah, I actually did. This eradicated the fear inside of me. I felt I was drowning for the past few days. I was just thinking how to just free myself from this body and let it go. No, I'm not gonna I'm not going to allow the space. I'm not going to allow this energy in my space again. Okay.
I don't know all of your astrology, but I can tell by what I've looked at already, or what you told me, is that you're there to bring peace and balance and perspective. And
yeah,
just like Joan of Arc, it only takes one
I wish
person.
I was brave as her.
You are. Because you're standing above. Nothing can hurt you now. Do you feel that?
Okay. Yeah, I actually do. I'm trying not to.
There's a trick I want to tell the world, but when I stand here every day and say things that other people get canceled for all day long, and no one really asks me how we do it. It's because if I stand above and not in, the world can't attack. So the world can't attack you now.
Okay.
So you can go and lift your hand up to each person, and the power is in your hands, okay?
Yeah.
That feeling you have when you touch people right now, it will automatically lift them up.
Yeah, I'm a medical masseuse, and I practice healing through touch. I do, you know.
All you have to do is touch people right now, and they're going to instantaneously shift.
Okay. I'll do my best. I've been refraining from touching because my energy field was compromised, but now I know more than feel that it's okay.
Yeah.
That I
love
own
in your heart.
the power inside of me.
Yeah, it's the love in your heart.
Yeah.
It's do you like comic books? Do you like Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
You're like DC comic hero where your true powers are coming out right now. Under crisis is where we are revealed. The world is shifting really fast, and what it looks like is going to happen isn't going to happen.
Okay. I've been frantic the past few weeks, and I kind of lost grip of my own sense of reality, and I felt like fear was managing me, and I was trying to do my best to be a voice and defend and do things that are actually they hold no relevance to what I am supposed to do or the frequency that I hold naturally. But I was, the sadness, the pain was so, so that was, I'm not sure what was going on, but I feel like I need to shed it. I need to leave it behind me, and I think that's what we've done now.
That's what you.
And I can go back to my own self.
Yeah, you just got caught in the fray. You just needed to reconnect.
Yeah.
On my side, it's 12:12 p.m., which is 3:3. So 1 + 2 is 3, which is 6, which is Libra. It's to bring back.
Yeah, my ID number starts with 666. I live in a building number 33. I have a lot of numbers going on.
Send me all your birth information. Can you do that? Tell me that you're on the live with me, and I'll give you something else. We'll talk, okay?
Thank you so much for everything.
I've been waiting for you to call. I just didn't know it was you.
Well, we're here. We've always been here, and I'm just like I'm just grounding myself in this energy, not trying to not develop a codependency on it. So let me refrain from showing too much excitement. But it's like experiencing heaven here for a moment now. So
yeah, that's how you know where you are, is when you can touch two sides of reality, and you've just done it. So Find your place.
Yeah.
Put your hands on, just touch people.
I thank you so much.
Okay, I'll talk to you on online, okay?
Yeah, I'll send you a message and with what you asked me. Okay. Thank you, everybody, so much. Keep up the good work. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Did you guys feel that? Man, I was shaking. It just takes one person. How are you feeling right now? Oh, she's safe, all right. Yeah. It's the people that try to hurt that aren't safe around her now. Put in the comments how you're feeling. Yeah, I'm still coming down right now. Yeah, Michelle, it'll be posted later. Yeah, it's all about energy, and of course she's a healer. Just needed her hands reconnected. Yeah, the conflict's going to go away. It's not what it looks like. That's all I can tell you. This is a war on perception. It doesn't mean that real things aren't happening, but you have a different power now. Things have changed. Yeah, you felt the change, right? Energy knows no distance. Yes, shifting.
Somebody on TikTok says, was the energy supposed to be pulsating?
Yeah, it was pulsating. Yes, somebody on TikTok was asking if it's pulsating. Yes, pulsating. I was shaking through my forearms, my hands, my feet, my heart. She's a powerful Libra. She's a master level Libra, Grand Master Libra. She's there to bring balance to her entire region. It only takes one person. And it only takes one person who believes in themselves.
It always starts with one.
Is that a bee or a wasp?
The picnic wasp.
Yeah. He was like
just is looking for
he was just hanging out on me.
Loving.
He was hanging out on my shirt. Buzzing and goosebumps.
This is Cynthia, and I appreciate all of you on TikTok.
Yeah, I think about the conflict over there all the time.
Appreciate you joining us.
And the funny thing about the world is that it seems so unfair when I'm in conflict. When I was in prison, it seemed so unfair. But that was actually the strongest and most prolific change in my life. Let's talk to Denise after cutting her off. Just when you're for elderly people sitting down.
People have a heavy chest.
Hi, Denise.
Hi. That was so incredible. I haven't been able to be on for a while, and I turned it on right as she came on, and I immediately started crying, and I'm feeling this so much too. It's amazing how, and I see in the comments so many people who just turned it on or who came on for the first time. It's just amazing how the energy, we just know, like I was in the middle of doing something else and I was like, I need to go on to the live. And I just turned it on right as you started with her. And of course, I'm feeling this so much. I spoke to my family in Israel this morning. It is a really intense time, and I felt her so much, and that was just, it was amazing. It was so beautiful. I was sobbing. And I think all of us who are on this call, who are watching, even if you don't realize that you're affected by this energy, it's so global, this energy right now. It's really affecting everyone in some way. Even if you don't watch the news, even if it's just this frequency of the world, how it's been. And that was super helpful. And I appreciate it. And I want to tell you.
Thank you. I was waiting for somebody, because I get a lot of people that come on here very aggressively in the comments and stuff like that. I was waiting for somebody with humility to talk to, and I felt
it was
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. And it is, and it's very hard because no matter what you're feeling, the aggression that's out there, it's almost like you're not even allowed to feel what you feel publicly. You just have to hold it inside. And I think that's part of why the energy is so intense and so stifling for people, no matter what their beliefs are. I mean, I think there's a universal belief that no children should be killed, and that is just the common thread, but it's just become so aggressive between whose children should be killed and whose shouldn't. And it's just, I mean, that just all meant, it was so meant to be. It was just such kismet. Her energy, her going through what she went through for everybody else to feel. And it was really, really, really special.
You're a Scorpio. You feel all this stuff.
Yes, I feel all of it all the time.
Yeah.
And it is been a very heavy energy. And even for those of us who this is what we do, and we try our, my whole goal every day is just to keep my own vibration high and send out the love so that I am exuding the love and the light for people to respond to. And I do it with such intention now. I'm doing my very best, and it's still really hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really hard energy right now. And that was just really special.
How are you keeping your energy and your frequency up? Like, because I mean, you have a lot of people around you that are right in the thick of it that just want to fight.
Yes, in New York especially. I set my intention every day to stay present and to remember that what is happening is not what it seems,
Right.
like you said,
Right.
that we are only that what people are reacting to is what's being spewed at them, and it's intentional. It's all intentional. And so to rise above that, it's super, super challenging. And I do my best to remind the people in my life who are sucked into the news, who are constantly watching, that it's not serving them. It's not serving them to watch this, and that they need to just tune into how they're feeling and send love. And, it's not easy. And this is a really, whereas typically people can be more receptive to that, but right now, and especially in New York City, the energy and the tensions, I mean, there's so much happening in the city around this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so chaotic. It's for somebody who is so empathic like me, like I walk outside and it's just like I'm hit from all ends. So I'm just, deep breathing, fascial maneuvers, of course, working the fascia, energy, touch, making sure that connecting with people in a way that is not about this, that is just about love and connection.
Yeah, and that's why you get a bunch of people come on in the lives, and they're like, "Free Palestine," and yelling on both sides. And I'm like, I turn them off, because where's a safe place? I mean, that is actually the war. The war, that is the war. That's what allows the war to happen. If everybody stopped giving a shit, if everybody stopped caring, then the powers to be couldn't fire missiles.
Right. And I mean, there's so many differences because of the time that we are now. This is the only time in history for any kind of war like this that everybody knows every single thing that happens every second that it happens. Everybody has their opinions. Everybody is out there, and it's just coming at us all constantly. And like I said, even if you're not engaging, it's still coming at us.
So that's why I keep in my own frequency high, and especially for you being right there. I mean, we're insulated. We don't really feel it.
Right. But you do.
Well, I feel it, but I don't have the physical walking around looking at people.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. And I say that to people that I talk to who don't watch the news and are, in places like you are, in these nice little isolated places where they're not dealing with it, but there's still, I notice, a reactiveness and just a different kind of energy around everywhere.
Yeah, I need you to
everywhere.
Translate now. Needed this. Thank you. Very kismet.
Kismet is kismet is, you know what kismet is, right? Kismet is like that's not even a Hebrew word. Kismet is just like meant to be.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I hear it a lot. Like when I was in LA at the Kabbalah Center, I hear people say that a lot. But I knew the spirit of which they're saying it, but I didn't know what the translation was.
Yeah, I think it's a Yiddish word, maybe kismet, and it's just like become.
What was really powerful is that she asked naturally to say it in Hebrew.
And that was amazing.
Because English is
too, because I understood what she was
English
saying.
is not a very powerful. It's a very non-powerful language.
Right. And you could hear, couldn't you hear in her words how powerful it was when she said it in Hebrew, and the translation was just, it got deep into my soul, and I know so many other people.
Yeah. I tell people all the time I speak 2 languages, Canadian and American.
So you say A, right?
I'm waiting to go. I'm waiting the fact that at the rate that we're accelerating, I'm just waiting to be able to telepathically, because it was funny because yesterday I go in the front, I go in for coffee to get her coffee and grab my morning drink, and Aisha's in the dark and she's wearing black, and she says something to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even see you there. You're wearing all black. So I walk into the room here, and she goes, well, who's wearing black? And I'm like, and this has been happening over and over again, where I'm saying something over here and she's repeating the exact words, like completely out of context. I think it's just like I was saying to the young girl, saying that our superpowers are awakening right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and especially if we're all paying attention to our dreams.
Yeah. There's definitely
a lot of message there for all of us.
Just a lot of shifting, I feel like something big is coming. Like there's going to be some big revelation soon, but not everybody is going to get it.
Yeah. You know what? Starting right now, because she came on right as the energy switched into Libra, because we just went into Libra, and she's a Libra. She's a Grandmaster Libra. She's in the war conflict. She's right in the heart of it, breaking down. And at almost literally to the minute that we switched into Libra and Scorpio, that's bringing balance to the spiritual world. That's when she came on. Like you can't make this stuff up.
Yeah. No,
That's why I love astrology. It tells me why things happen.
Yeah. Very interesting. I hope that she comes back on and reports the changes, and
she will. She's going to go out. I was waiting for the opportunity to contribute in that way. Yeah. And I just took all of the energy, brought her into that state, made her a channel, connected with her, and then just took all of the healing energy and pushed it through.
Yeah. It was very powerful. It was really, really powerful. And I think, I know you have masters over there. Lisa can just like isolate that part.
Yeah, we'll take this part.
It'll definitely be
a
It'll be a YouTube short. We'll stay away from the nomenclature, talking about what it is, so we don't get censored. But we'll talk about just bringing power to a conflict, to world conflict.
Absolutely, and you know, hopefully, the people who are putting in all the other comments, maybe with something like that, they can see that this was not any kind of taking sides or anything. It was just about love and connection, and hopefully that will.
Yeah, I completely believe that. I think that there's a couple cutouts from that could go into tens of millions of people right now. So
yeah, everybody needs it.
Yeah.
Whether they know it or not, they need it. It was really beautiful.
Thanks, Denise, for coming on.
Thank you. Okay. Love you guys.
Denise.
Yes, it's good to see you guys. I wish I could come to Costa Rica, but alas, next time. Next time I'll be there.
Well,
I'll be holding the fort down here in America. Yes. See you all soon. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's fun to see her.
Yeah, that was powerful. Thank you, Denise, for sharing. Denise is as you guys have probably known, she creates a lot of content for us. She's one of our original coaches. She's online doing classes in New York. She's right in the middle of it. I don't think you can get a place in the world more Jewish than New York outside of Israel. There may be, I don't know, but I think that's probably it. Yeah, LA's a good second, I guess. Yeah, for all those of you who have Israel, people in Israel. Okay. Deep. Totally had to leave New York City, yes. Must be a Pisces or Scorpio in Michigan. Okay, it doesn't look Pradeep can get up here. Let's try Nina Florence. Yeah, any Libras in this live that just showed up? If you're a Libra, let us know. Either Libra or Libra Moon or Libra Rising. Curious to know. Because there was like, as soon as she came on, the amount of viewers doubled. So, I mean, that tells you something. I mean, literally, it was like static. It was very low today. It's been, I think people are dealing with a lot, and then just boom, it just doubled. Like literally doubled right away. People were being called Christy 100. Libra. Whoa, Grandmaster Libra.
Hello. Let me just turn off the PC because I was watching you on the PC.
Literally. People were being called.
There you are. Oh my God, this is such a blessing to be here. Hello. My name's Carolina. People call me Nina.
Hi, Nina. And where are you, Nina?
I'm in Colombia, Latin America.
Ooh, where in Colombia?
We are in what we call Eje Cafetero, which is the region of the coffee.
Oh, that's cool. And
Yeah.
And when's your birthday, Nina?
Birthday's on the 28th of August.
Whoa. So do you know your degree? You got to be like a 27,
yeah.
29.
Well, it's quite curious actually, because I was looking at my chart right now, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm reading it correctly or not. So basically, my chart says at the bottom that I have a rising Cancer, and if I'm not mistaken, that's 5 degrees. I guess is the first number that you get, right? With the little.
So you're always thinking about
5 degrees, that's rising, and then the Virgo says it's 3 degrees, and Leo moon 3 degrees.
Oh, so you're a Leo with a Leo moon. Now, what is the degree of your sun sign?
My sun sign is a Virgo, and it says 3.
You're a 3-degree Virgo. Whoa. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So yeah, you have all that
Shed
Leo
some
energy.
light, please.
So you're a Sagittarius Virgo. So I'm a Sagittarius Virgo. So you would relate to me a lot. I'm a 29-degree Sagittarius, which makes me 2 + 9 is 11, which makes me 11, which is Grandmaster Virgo. So I'm a Grandmaster Sag, Grandmaster Virgo. You're a Sag, which is 3 degrees, and Virgo, which is 11.
A little bit of context about me. It's been quite the ride. The last few years, I've been feeling the spiritual awakening. I've been feeling the calling of elevating frequencies and being more aware of the consciousness of the world. And the journey has led me to realizing that, I mean, I knew I was meant for more, but now I'm really feeling it. And I've had these experiences. The only word that I can find for it is basically supernatural, because it's things that I can't quite explain or put my finger on. All these tingling sensations and kind of images that rush, kind of channeling stuff, as I've learned. It's a bit overwhelming. It's quite the ride. It's quite the process. And finding Human Garage has given so much light to this process, because I don't know, if you're raised in mainstreaming culture, these things are not, I mean, this is weird, right?
Yeah, I mean,
this is weird.
It was weird all the way until it wasn't weird anymore. And then everybody else is weird.
Exactly. That's how I feel now. Like, people look at me like the weirdo, but I'm realizing that the weirdos are them now, because I've gotten to a point where I've been able to raise my frequency a lot, and now I'm aware of other things that I'm working on. Oh my God, I know it's such a confusing process. I'm sorry if I'm ranting and blunting.
I relate to that. I mean, it's because over the last since basically 2019, you got an awakening, and then 2020 it's just been like ripping every part of your life apart, so that you can, and exposing you so that you can awaken right now. I mean, it's changing right now in front of you. It's like all these things that I've been waiting for years, you know, like the way the world's going to be, the way I'm going to show up in the world. It's just all coming together right now.
It is. I've been feeling that, and it's kind of like a crushing sensation at some point, like huge wave of information that's crushing, but it's not like physical data. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like physical data. It's just a bunch of feelings of waves. Like a moment ago when we were doing this the session with this girl from the war zone, I was able to connect at such deep level that I kept feeling waves and waves and waves of expanding energies. I don't know, I'm getting goosebumps and everything. Waves and waves of this light, like it was surrounding the area, but like it wasn't just me. I felt like there were other bodies at some different points, cardinal points, like also expanding this kind of energy. I don't know if it sounds crazy or what.
You were feeling is what I was doing was using every single person that was on this frequency in the world to triangulate through her and give an experience to the area. And you're part of that. You're a Virgo Sag. I'm a Sag Virgo.
So I'm really, really interested in trying to understand a little bit how my birth chart can give me a little bit of guidance, because even though I kind of see things clearly, I'm an overthinker. Okay, I tend to overthink.
You're learning to believe that you don't have to know everything. Yeah. So
Indeed.
That's why you're feeling that way, is because what's coming at us, or the time that we're in, it's impossible to know. We don't have enough space up here to process all. I mean, I have a really good command of what's happening in my body, what's happening energetically around me, what the astrology is, when birds show up, what they mean. And I can't even begin to process it. Like I was trying to define everything that came into my world. And then I'm like, I can't even do this anymore. I have to let go. So it's really, for me, it's just about being present, not trying to control it, not trying to understand it or understand it, just to be present. And when something shows up that seems like it's horrible, now my way of looking at it, I kind of laugh and I chuckle and I say, oh, this is a good one. Let's see how this one works out. Because it's all working out. And it's trusting that it all works out. Because the only reason we need to know is because we fear.
And it's so interesting that you mentioned that, because I kept getting this message like in the back of my head telling me, like, it was kind of harsh for me to understand, but it was like, pain is necessary. Yes. And pain is a teacher. And not for everyone, but pain has a lot to teach humanity, and we have to go through that pain and feel that pain so that we raise our level of consciousness. It's what
you've been going through that already. Yeah,
indeed.
You took a willing choice to go through it. You didn't have to. You could have just closed your eyes like everybody else and said that's weird, but you chose to actually go through it. That's what we did. And now we're on the other side of it, and even the things that look like they should be painful aren't painful anymore.
Or painful in another kind of different
perceptually,
way.
Emotionally. It doesn't have to be physical, but until the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing, human beings tend to stay the same. And right now, we've been taught to fear pain, so pain becomes more painful. Even mechanically in your body, if you have a 2 out of 10 pain on your arm, okay, and your body, you get stressed out, so you fire adrenaline or epinephrine or cortisol. That 2 out of 10 becomes very quickly a 6. So pain itself is relative to the experience. And we've been taught to fear pain. So when we have pain, we have fear. I don't want pain. Pain is bad. Pain means I'm something wrong. And because of that, pain elevates 2 to 3 times that it's experiential. We experience it 2 to 3 times more. So when I go, okay, like part of me, we were at Joshua Tree, and when we were done with the event, I had a pain come up. My body was shifting. I know what it was too. My body was shifting. My rib cage was slightly torqued. It was settling in, but I couldn't breathe, and I had pain here. And I chose, instead of trying to fix it like I always do, I said, I'm going to sit in this. So I sat in it for like 3 days. And over that 3 days, I got so many lessons because I could have fixed it right away. But I remember having pain when I was 7 years old. I remember having pain when I was 13. I remember all these times where I felt pain there, but I didn't do anything about it. Or I felt helpless, or I felt weak, or I felt not good enough. And then this time I sat in there knowing that it was all going to go away, knowing it was an experience, and that gave me power over my pain.
Okay, that's interesting that you're telling me that. I've been dealing with a situationship. One's physical, the other one I'm starting to realize it's kind of probably spiritual in some way. So I got an injury in L4, L5, L5S1, a hernia, which was basically an extrusion, and I was probably 2 steps from falling onto a wheelchair. I think, as I mentioned, pain was one of the things that was difficult to accept, but once I accepted it, I started learning from it, because I always kind of...
Right side?
On the left side, actually.
Okay, so the left side is where the umbilical cord attaches to the spine, because the umbilical cord would go through and the spine forms and then goes up to the brain. So that's actually the emotional attachment, or the detachment from your mother's emotions.
Interesting, because I've been working on that a lot, on getting to roots of lineage and karmic lineage and etc.
That was it.
So
that's what you were working on. And that was, you're working on it with consciousness in this world, and your body is going, okay, you got the lesson now. I'm gonna let go of that, whatever that trauma was that was holding there.
Okay, so fascia maneuvers have been, I don't know, I'm sure that that's the purpose of them, kind of resurfacing a lot of feelings and sensations. And I believe it's kind of like my body trying to refilter stuff that I'm...
So if you have a trauma, even a physical trauma, even if I hurt my leg and I walk around like this for a couple of days, well, 2 years later, that limp is part of my walk. So I have a trauma and I wind down in my experience and I think I'm a victim and I blame other people and I keep winding down and down and down. Now, as I decide to go back up, I have to go back and visit all of those emotions and physical responses, but they happen far less time with less intensity. So if it's like a level 9, when it happened to me, now it's a level 2 or 3, and I'm having a different perception. So you're winding down, now you're unraveling and unwinding the trauma, because that trauma compresses us. Because if I do that, I compress. Now, if I let it go.
Yes, feel contracted. I've been feeling this contracting sensation, especially like right here, as if somebody's hand were fisting my heart. Something.
You're rising.
Which is dying,
no, you're letting go. It's all the times you didn't express your heart. You didn't say what you believed. You had your belief let down. You worried. All the times you didn't think that you could learn enough, that you had to study more and physically work it out. It's all contract. Your heart saying you don't have to do all that stuff. Now it's like everything else is loosening up around you and is showing you that one part that was contracted. Because when your heart when this contracts like this, I move around it. Well, eventually, everything else starts to tighten up. But now everything else is loosening up, and we're back to the original issue.
That's quite touching, because now I wonder the injury that I got in my back, was it like probably necessary for me like to stop in life and kind of continue feeling, you know? As I mentioned, I kind of pushed pain away and toughened through, and I'm strong and I can deal with it, and then I didn't pay much attention to pain at that point. So basically
your body was saying, I need you to look here, and you're like, forget it, I can go do more work, I'll get through it. Your body's like, hey, I need you to look down here, and it's like, you keep working. Well, eventually the body wins. The body has a lot of grace for us, for this mind that's maniacal, that tells stories, that's been programmed through generations to scare us and to keep us restricted, and the heart saying that's not the way it is. And the brain's like, shut up, I gotta go do my work. I got a plan here, get out of my way. And then all of a sudden, boom, the heart goes, okay, done, no more. I'm shutting you down till you listen to me.
Okay, so I'm basically opening my ears to my heart.
Yeah, well, your ears are the connection to your limbic region of your brain, which is your emotional center, which is literally your heart.
That's deep. So I shouldn't be blaming myself for not being able to exercise the way I should.
No, because if any of that would have happened, you wouldn't be awake and where you are today. If one thing changed in your life, if one trauma, if the connection with your mom was different, if you didn't go through the pain you went through, if anything changed, you wouldn't be here right now in the current spot where you are. And where I can tell by talking to you where you are is pretty cool. You're still going through it, but it's pretty cool.
Okay, tell me how that's cool.
Well, because
I'd love to.
You're waking up to a new reality. You're shedding the old. Can you imagine how many people are not? They're not even close. they're like still running the same program, still trying to make themselves important, get angry, get frustrated, not questioning themselves, not looking at their emotions. They got pain coming. I can tell you, lots of people in the world got pain coming. And you've already been working through it with intent. It's just that it's not comfortable, that's all.
Okay, one tip, please, Garry. One tip for all this irritability that keeps filling up and kind of bursting out at inconvenient times.
Give yourself a break. You're too hard on yourself. You're measuring yourself against an idea of yourself, which isn't true.
Okay.
How do you open up your heart? Stop judging your body, stop judging the pain, stop judging your life, stop saying it was so bad, I wish I would have done something different. I'm here. Everything works.
I'm understanding now that I can't wish for things to be different because it would not have gotten me to the point where I am right now, which is a point of self-realization that even though overwhelming, it kind of opens up a whole new list of opportunities that is, well, pretty exciting. Yeah, overwhelming, but exciting.
That's okay. You know, overwhelming excitement. It's like, whoa, you're drinking from a fire hose right now. Like you went from drinking from a garden hose to like drinking from a fire hose. Your mouth's going. That's what it is. But you made the choice to do this, and you also, as a soul, you made the choice to go through all those experiences to prepare you for where you are right now and for what impact that you're bringing to the world.
True. And you know, things like falling into place and finding you and now being able to talk to you, and it's kind of given me a push to materialize something that I've been thinking of, kind of going around it, but maybe it's time. Like, I would really like to be part of the partnerships that you form, because through this process, my mother has also been able to connect with her energy, and now she's working as a healer, and we've set up a holistic farm here, and we're
perfect. Well, first of all, do the 28-day reset, get in the lifestyle artist program we have through there. It's like a training, it's like your orientation so that you can be in the worldwide community. From there, we are looking this year to partner with people all over the world that have facilities that want to run programs, because what we have is we have literally next year we have tens of millions of people going to be looking to find a group of people and work themselves through the issues that you've been doing for 3 years, and who could be a better guide. But we're interviewing resorts all over the world, and we're saying, because their business is going like this really fast, and it's going to continue. But if you offer an experience, a transformation and change, then everybody's going to go there. So we're interviewing resorts all over the world and saying, we can keep you busy like 12 months a year, every year for a long time. We run 28 days.
That would be awesome. And then the impact that you're generating, because I haven't seen this. I haven't seen it locally. I don't know if in Colombia, but I haven't seen it locally.
Yeah, and we also content about regenerative farming and education around it, and putting that content online, running programs and education for people. How do I do this myself? Because for a couple of years here, people are going to have hard time getting the access to healthy products, healthy content. It's not going to be easy for people to make this transition. And like I said, you've already gone through it willingly. They're going to go through it at first through force.
So that falls into place with the fact that I feel the leadership in me. Since I've been a child, I've always felt like a leader, like different, like kind of running my own program. And now I'm kind of learning that all of that was meant to be for me, probably to continue guiding people, as I've tried to be finding a guide as well, because obviously it's not an easy process, and it requires for people to be very open-minded, like not mainstream open-minded, but really open-minded.
You've got a big inventory of that coming right now, because when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, people change, and the pain of staying the same is getting really bad, really fast. By the end of this calendar year, by the end of November, 27th of November, and then pushing through to the 21st of December, people are just going to have their asses kicked, emotionally, perceptually, and a lot of people physically. I mean, they're going to have their asses handed to them. But the good news is it's to wake them up. And when they wake up, it's like being in the Matrix. It's like, okay, holy shit, I thought I was working in an office, but now I'm like floating around with in a little ship eating mush. You know, and that's kind of the way it is, that people are realizing. And there's this other side where we're at, where just like everything in our life is like multiplying. I can't even explain to you how much benefit and cool stuff is happening. And everybody's going to be here at some point. We're just we're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs so people can find their way. Like, I don't plan on, literally, we're getting other people ready to do this. I don't plan on doing this. I plan on living my life and sharing it with people that are actually helping other people.
And that's what I want to do. I feel absolutely drawn to impacting lives for good. As I mentioned that, I feel like a vibrating kind of feeling sensation, like right here, over here.
Yeah, you're in the right place. You're doing the right thing. It's give yourself a break, though.
Well, thank you for that. I kind of needed to hear that from someone, because I can be a bit harsh on myself.
I know. I stopped being harsh on myself, but you know, every once in a while a little harshness creeps up, but it's a journey, because I spent, you know, like 50, this is really this last year where I stopped being hard on myself, but I was creating all my own pain. I had no idea. I thought it was the world. I thought I was fighting things and people and situations, trying to help people, and they didn't want help. And then when I gave up trying to fix everybody and everything, and I just gave myself a break and said, you know, because there was a point where, for me, what happened is I didn't see it coming. We're like 20 million people around the world doing this right now on a rough estimate, you know, and there might be more, there might be a little bit less, but it's in that range. You can tell by our market response. With just a couple million people on social media. Most of the people that actually do this don't have social media or follow social media. So they've learned it.
Yes.
They've learned it from somebody and they're sharing it. So I had a realization that even if I do nothing, again, even if I never show up anywhere in the world, this is already happening. And that was my letting myself go. Now, talking to a previous version of myself, I would say, take that same attitude right now. Like, what am I doing today that I'm going to look at in 3 years and say that was stupid? So take that take that attitude that I've already done the work, which you have, and now wake up each day and look at how the work comes back to you. Look at what it shows you, because then it's fun. You've already done your work. Now it's like you've already laid the foundation. Now it's just putting floors on top of floors.
So I gotta connect to the fun part of the process to enjoy it.
Yeah. That's literally the journey. We were taught. Okay. We were taught. They said to me, life's a cakewalk," and they forgot to tell me it was pound cake. So I just was like, I just got used to like putting it over my back, and it's like, another problem, another person doing this, another money issue, another business issue. And I just got used to it, and then I realized, the only reason I have all those issues is because I still haven't let go and started to just enjoy and look at all the great stuff that's happening.
Well, it has, now that you mention it, but here I go again, being harsh on myself and kind of pushing towards more and more and more. And then a couple of days back, actually realizing.
Walking down the only lonely road I've ever known. Yeah, he wrote that. John Bon Jovi wrote that song for a reason. Now I understand why he wrote it.
Indeed. Oh my God, this conversation has brought a lot of light to my thoughts, and thank you, Garry, for helping me kind of reconnect to feelings that I've been kind of shutting down, and for helping me kind of realize again that I'm on the right path, that it might feel overwhelming at this point, but I am putting in a lot of work.
You know what's worse than overwhelming? Underwhelming. What's worse than being overwhelmed? Being underwhelmed. And overwhelmed, I got all kinds of stuff happening. I can steer a car when it's moving, but underwhelmed, it's like shit's not happening.
So that would be stagnant. Okay, so things are flowing.
Overwhelmed because
that's
there's
good.
Lots of stuff coming in. Oh yeah, it was white snake. Sorry. Yeah. Somebody corrected me. White snake. Here I go again on my own, walking down the only road I've ever known.
One last question, Garry. So I'm basically more of a Sagittarius than a Virgo? Was what I understood.
You're a 3 degree is a master step for Sagittarius, which is 3, and you're a Virgo by nature. So you're in that sign, but your Virgo-ness expresses itself in I'm the student, I'm the teacher, I'm the adventurer.
I am. I love learning. I'm a curious, an absolute curious for knowledge, for experiences, and sometimes it feels like I know nothing, and the more I learn, I know nothing. Like seriously.
Yeah, that's why I stopped writing definitions of fascia. Every time I wrote a definition of fascia, then like a month later, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. And at some point I had to stop because first of all, my current definition of what fascia is, it just doesn't make sense to the person who's looking at fascia.
This is so interesting. Like it blows minds.
So
it truly does.
So do the 28-day reset if you haven't done it. Get in the Lifestyle Artist program. Then in Colombia, as we start to ramp up, we're going to be giving basically, you have hardware, you have places. We're going to be giving software to help people run their hardware so that a community of people can come and be a part of it somehow.
That would be lovely. I'm so into it. I'm actually right now in the 3-day reset. I started the first day reset, went well. Lots of tingling sensations all over.
Perfect.
Now on the 3-day, and I'll move up to the 28-day, and I'll be sure to get the partnership because I know this is it. I know it. I can feel it.
Looking forward to spending more time with you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. So now we got a little bit of white snake out on the table. So guys, that's powerful today. Tomorrow we have Raw Reality with Raw of Earth. And I told you we have a special coming for you on Monday. You don't want to miss Monday. We are going to be moving the time back at least 1 hour. We'll let everybody know. Forward up 1 hour. If you haven't done it yet, go to the link in our bio go to our website, check out all the new directory on the website so you can find releases and partner releases and all that stuff you can find out now on our website. And it makes it easy to send it to people who aren't on social media, because a lot of people aren't on social media these days. And if you also, we have some events in there. We have Chris Gadowski's class starting, I think, tomorrow. And that's a nutrition class. And it's an introductory into nutrition. He's running a 12-week program. If you're a nutritionist, you're going to come out of there going, wow, I never thought of that. If you're brand new, you're going to go, wow, I've learned so much and my life has changed. So, so this is a 12-week program that's coming up here. The introductory for that is free of charge. You can sign up to, and it's on our website right now. Go check it out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.